there, it's Kevin with GatheringMatches.com with match number 1 with the Deploy the Gatewatch. This is one of those hands where you absolutely cannot keep it. There is no ramp. We do have 3 out of the 5 colors, but we're missing the blue for Jace, Tamiyo, the double black for Ob Nixilis, and the blue for the Dovin. So we'll ship this back. You always want to have a dork in your opening hand, and then this is even worse. We have all planeswalkers that deploy in a Deathcap Cultivator. So the 22 lands was a little bit risky, but with 4 Oath of Nissas and 4 Attunes, that really is the land count is very, very high, because that is what we're going to try to get with Oath, most likely is a land. We'll go ahead and mulligan this. And gotta throw this one back too. And I guess we'll go to 4 and keep. I mean, this is probably the best case for a 4. Throw the Dovin on the bottom and hopefully draw into a land. But yeah, there was some pretty terrible draws there. Even statistically speaking with the low land count. Didn't see a Attune or an Oath of Nissa in all those mulligans. So it is going to be a Attune with the Aether deck. So either an aggro energy or Marvel. So let's see if we can draw a land. If we draw a land here, we're not in terrible shape. Okay, we're not in bad shape because this allows for the Servant to the Conduit. And I mean, best case scenario, we draw into... Well, we still need lands, but okay, so it is the energy version, which is probably going to be one of our hardest matchups. And there's the Oath of Nissa. I think that we need to go Servant here. And unfortunately, that doesn't trade with the Voltaic Brawler. But it does give us another Oath of Nissa. And if we can somehow deploy the Gatewatch and get there, there's the Pummeler. Yeah, it's just not going to be a very good matchup at all. So he should spend the mana here for the Brawler. And we'll take the 4. And another deploy. So I need an Oath of Nissa here and try to hit a land. And if we can hit a land, we're in decent shape. The forest wasn't the best choice of land, but I'll take it. Put these 2 on bottom, and then we'll throw out another one. And if we hit a land next turn, we do have Deploy the Gatewatch ready to go. And I will attack in. I highly doubt he'll make the trade with the Pummeler. So what we need to hit next turn is just a basic, or any land will actually work. I think any land except for a Botanical Sanctum will work in our deck, and then we can deploy the Gatewatch. But there's a larger than life, and is that lethal there? No, that is not quite lethal. He needs another energy. And of course, I'm not going to block. It's probably a Blossoming Defense and then just pumping it up. And that'll be a turn 4 kill. Yeah, Rush of Adrenaline. So this is the all-out aggro version. So, again, not a lot. We do have Radiant Flames we can bring in. It's actually not terrible versus the deck. Linvala is okay as well. And Chandra. These are the ones. Natural State can deal with just the Electrostatic Pummeler. And the deck is very Electrostatic Pummeler based. I think a lot of people, I'm seeing the green-red energy deck a ton more than I used to. I think it's just because it's one of those decks that can successfully race the Aetherworks Marvel, because you don't really care if they're gaining 6 life off a Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot, and the Harness Lightnings are very difficult to kill creatures with Blossoming Defense in hand, and you can always, if they do tap out, to try to get, like on turn 3 or turn 4, you can just lethal, as you just saw, pretty easily with the Electrostatic Pummeler. So we need to cut some cards here. I still think we want to ramp towards, so maybe I just don't even care about Radiant Flames. Maybe this isn't the right. I'm going to try to just keep it as is. I mean, Linvala is actually pretty decent for gaining life, but it doesn't do the greatest job of stopping most of the cards in our opponent's arsenal. So I think just the weaker Planeswalker type cards we can get rid of. I think Tamiyo is extremely good here. Tamiyo would be something that I would love to put. I'm going to get rid of a Nahiri. I think Nahiri for a bigger Chandra is the right route to go. Jace maybe a little bit too slow, weak. Same with Dovin and Jace seem okay. Maybe Nissa. Nissa's awkward in this type of... Yeah, I'm not sure. So I think I want to see if this deck can actually... I mean, we were close. We were really, really close of getting the deploy out. So again, this is another mulligan. This is a one-lander, wrong color. We'll ship it back. And this one's fine. Our opponent does mulligan to 6. I think we want a Nissa on top because we are going to... No, I want to hit towards more lands. We'd have Kiora that is coming out quite quickly. So I think we go Attune with Aether, actually, is the right play. And green. I'm going to get a red. Should have got a white, actually. I have Oath of Nissa. Because that can cast the deploy. So, anywho. We have next turn, we have the Servant. And then a Kiora. No play on our opponent's first turn. And there's another Kiora, so throw out a Forest here and a Servant. And then next turn we can go Kiora. And also get an Oath of Nissa by untapping. Or we can just pump it up. We'll probably end up pumping it up. Well, it's a Cub. Yeah, at this point we'll actually just untap because I do want to block. So Cinder Glade can come out next turn. So we're going to go Kiora. Untap. And then Oath. See if we can get it like a Chandra. Gideon is awkward. Gideon's fine. I think I'd want a Nissa. Well, because Nissa I can't cast if he decides to attack into me. I want to make the trade with the Servant. Nissa, however, yeah, I think I'm going to take Gideon. And now I have a blocker for the Cub. Attacks into Kiora, I don't care. If attacks into me, I'll block. Okay, I don't care about Kiora getting hit. As it's not going to give my opponent energy. And it's also not going to kill Kiora. So that's a... There's a Servant of the Conduit. Alright, so... Chandra. I think I will Chandra here. Can do both. Chandra can add 2 mana, and yes, I can actually do both here. I won't be able to kill the... So add 2, 3, 4, Gideon. Rather than kill something? Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, so we're in pretty decent shape. Our opponent has to decide where the attacks want to go. Bristling Hydra would be a little bit of an issue here. You can force him to spend some mana for Chandra, though, on the Hydra. It's probably not the right play, though. Larger than life on the Servant. So again, that gets rid of a card. Our opponent then has to decide what he wants to kill here. Goes into Gideon or goes into Chandra. I'm going to keep Chandra alive. And that one goes into Gideon. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. We'll keep Chandra alive by blocking the Servant. Now he's got to decide if he wants to blossom. If he has a defense, he blossom defenses on the Cub or blossom defenses on the Servant to get through. But there's one card used. It'll be 2 cards most likely used. We don't lose a Planeswalker here if our opponent does not use a blossoming defense. We'd have Chandra that's going to give us card draw. All right, he's just going to choose to put a counter on the Cub. So both should survive. And nope, I'm going to choose to kill Gideon. But that was 2 cards, basically 2 cards and all the energy to do so. So we're going to exile the top card of my library. See what it is. We'll go ahead and cast it. And unfortunately, though, get another Servant of the Conduit. So we lose Sorin and Ob Nixilis. But it does give us another Servant to work with. And a lot of blockers to try to keep Chandra alive. So that's going to be my go-to play. We'll take Brawler. Not too worried about it. We'll take Brawler, except that it can put a counter on the Cub now. And we're absolutely going to keep the Cub alive. Yeah, we'll make the trade. TV has another blossoming defense. No, I'm just going to make that trade all around. Rush of Adrenaline. Okay, well, that does kill Chandra. Now I'm in a pickle for sure. All the energy is used. I need to top deck something good here. Attune, of course, is not something good. And the Cub might get us unless... I mean, we're going to use Kiora. We at least get a Canopy Vista. And I could do another Kiora. Just for some more card advantage. And we do get a Deathcap and another Canopy. And we'll pass a turn, but we are in pretty bad shape, other than we've been able to successfully get 3 of his spells out of his hand. But the Voltaic Brawler and the Longtusk Cub is a good combo. It's out of Chandra range for the Cub. And there's another Servant of Conduit that will make the Voltaic Brawler hit for more. And we do have Delirium, though, for the Deathcap Cultivator. So we need to hit one of those. Deploy. There's the deploy. All right, YOLO. Here goes nothing. And what did we just... We missed. Completely missed with Deploy the Gatewatch. We thinned out our deck with double attunes. Triple, or all the attunes. Wow. That was pretty terrible. Well, that should be game there. That's the problem with the deck. Oh, hit absolutely nothing. What did it do here? It said, so look at top 7 cards. Or did it just skip through? Is it broken? Because it should have hit Tamiyo. No, we found the Oath with the Tamiyo. And the Dovin Baan we saw, so it just didn't even reveal? I'm wondering what happened there. I'm gonna go goldfish this to see if Deploy's just busted. Because it didn't even... Yeah, it didn't even allow for any reaction. So let me just goldfish this to see if Deploy is working. Because it didn't reveal anything. Because these were already revealed beforehand through the... We cast the Gideon, we saw the Ob Nixilis, the Sorin, and the Tamiyo. So when I deployed, let's go back up and look at this chat log and see what exactly happened. So it might just be... Cast Deploy the Gatewatch. Didn't say no targets, didn't say anything. I'm going to goldfish real quick to see if it's busted. Anyway, this has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.